This is E-Commerce Uncensored. Brought to you by Fast Forward. We're coming to you fully loaded and exposed with all the strategies and techniques for growing your e-commerce business.
Hey everyone, and thanks for joining us on another episode of E-Commerce Uncensored. This is episode number 164. My name's Kevin Manel, and I'm here with
Jason Caruso.
I got to tell you, I'm a bit jealous of you, Jason.
Because I'm in the office.
I see you at the office.
Yes.
We are on a Skype call, but Jason is in the office. How is it over there?
It's
the feel?
Quite nice. I mean, I'm anti-office. You know that.
Not anymore.
No. It's actually nice to get in the car and put jeans on and come here. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be short-lived. It's going to be one time, but it's nice. I had some things I got to do here.
I really feel like I just need to just go there. Just kind of like even just sit on the couch.
Well, your wife's not allowing you to be here with me, so.
Yeah, because you might be infected from last week. Or I might be infected. We don't know. There's all this craziness that's going on. Who knows?
No. First of all, I was sick, okay, 2 weeks ago. Or a week ago. It's gone.
You just went back home on Saturday.
Okay. I'm fine. No one in my house is getting sick.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with you, man.
Anyway,
I mean, it's the culture right now. It's insane. Like I went to the supermarket last Friday. I've never experienced anything like it before in my life. Like I wore the mask, I wore the gloves. If you didn't wear a mask or gloves out, you're like the minority.
I know.
Everybody is out there with it, and it's a very strange feeling. And I went to 3 stores because I needed to get everything ready for the next couple of weeks so I didn't have to go out again. And I had a raging migraine for 3 days.
You have COVID. You have COVID.
Maybe I do. Maybe I. Yeah. So we should stay away from each other from now on.
Forever. Quick announcement about the truth about Facebook ads course. Obviously, that has set us back a little bit with this COVID thing, and I can't really record it at home. I have a 4-week-old, a 6-week-old, and a 6-year-old. So what I'm going to be doing is doing a live training, Kevin. For anyone who goes on the Truth list, you are going to get it at a very, very, very special price. So if you go to ecommerceuncensored.com/truth, you can sign up. I'm sorry, it's not Truth. Is it? Yes, it is Truth.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a very, very, very special price. It's going to be much, much lower, and we're going to do it live. It's just easier for me to do it that way than to sit and record the course.
And it's going to be like a five-day session, you said?
Yeah, I'm going to do a 5-day session. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. We're going to talk about, number 1, like the most important thing, which is your offer. Number 2, we're going to talk about what do you do like when your ads start fading a little bit and getting fatigued. I'm going to talk. I mean, literally, we're going to go soup to nuts, because as you guys know, our business is actually killing it right now, Kev. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, during COVID, it's blowing up, and I'm going to show you all that stuff. I'm going to show you what we're doing, and in fact, we're going to talk about a strategy that we're using right now that I kind of fought Kevin on a little bit. I will admit that, but it's actually turning out to be part of why we're growing so quickly in such a weird time. And basically what that is, not only running Facebook ads for, purchase conversions, for the purpose of getting sales, but also the strategy that we're using with, getting people on our email list. Because, paying for ads and then putting people through a sequence of emails is a really good strategy for paid advertising, but because you're not getting paid right then and there, it's very difficult to implement that as your only strategy. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, but before we do, we're going to have to talk about our favorite growth marketing platform, which is a big part of our strategy, right, Kevin?
Well, I think it's a big part of it too, because it's just about being confident with email, and you just have to be, and patience. And patience, right? And to take the most advantage of email, you have to sign up for Klaviyo. Klaviyo helps build relationships across any distance, and this is a new write up I got from Klaviyo, and I think it has a lot to do with this COVID thing. And they're talking about building relationships with people online, and that's so important right now, considering the situations we're in. And it really is. Email marketing can do that from any place on Earth. And I think a lot of brands are seeing that, able to communicate via email with their customers.
Yeah. If you go to klaviyo.com/uncensored, you could sign up for free. You can bring over 250 subscribers.
Well, Jason, they actually in this write-up, they say that you can actually when you go to klaviyo.com/uncensored, that's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored, you can actually schedule a demo. At that URL, which is really cool.
Yeah, you guys, and that's important. I'm always helping people out with Klaviyo. Getting a nice demo would actually be a cool experience, I think.
Yeah, and they do still have the free version of the of an account over there that you could test it out. So it's awesome. Check it out.
So I wasn't completely wrong, but I wasn't.
No, you weren't completely wrong. I'm sure they still have a free trial.
Yeah,
not trial, but a free level of an account. And then you have to go check out Brex, BREX.com.
Funny story about Brex.
Funny story about what client? Are you talking about our client?
Yeah, our client. You went in their back end and you saw an application from Brex, which we did not push them or ask them to do. They just did it on their own by listening, or they got the idea by listening to the podcast, which is pretty cool. Like, and they didn't even mention it to us. And we talk to these people every single day, like literally every day, and they've never mentioned that they're going to Brex to get some money. And it's pretty interesting. Brex has a 60-day float every single time that you borrow money from them. I mean, that's crazy, especially if you're running paid ads. The biggest problem with paid ads is that, there is a little period, and we've actually just went through this when we had these last 2 months have been one of our biggest 2 months we've had with our own brand. I mean, we spent like $62,000 last month. And part of the challenge is balancing when that money goes into your account and when you're spending the money, right? Brex kind of fixes that.
Yeah, and in uncertain times like this that are like, I know there's the economy issues. There's a lot of businesses having a hard time, but there is a huge opportunity on e-commerce right now. Huge. And it may be difficult for you to say, I can't spend that money right now. Brex gives you the opportunity to kind of borrow some money and gives you that 60-day float that allows you to run them, get the money in, and then pay it back.
It's almost like the government giving those grants. Only.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
So,
and you gotta take these opportunities. Like some companies are gonna do this and they're gonna flourish, and some people are gonna are not.
Dude,
I think Brex gives you the opportunity to do that.
I'm gonna show everybody in our course, man, like how crazy our business is blowing up right now. I mean, it's beyond our wildest dreams, I guess, especially during such a tough time. People are still buying. There are people out there with money still. So using anything you can do, like a Brex is like a perfect opportunity to outspend your your competition.
Right.
They're shutting everything down. You should be spending more. That's what we're doing. We're spending $3,000 a day right now on Facebook.
Yeah, I said it to you last night. I was like, it just doesn't seem real.
No,
actually, right.
We would spend $100 and then run away and turn the ad on.
Go over to Brex.com, BREX.com, and sign up with promo code Uncensored, and you'll get a $250 sign up bonus applied to your account after you spend $1,000.
Right, check them out.
Perfect opportunity.
Awesome. All right, Kev. So something that you have been fighting for a while, and I have been fighting you for a while, and it's not. I want to say it's like I'm completely fighting you on it, but you're really big on the whole get people into your email and then put them through a flow to try to generate some income.
Right.
Now, everybody knows that email for us is probably one of the most profitable platforms, and it still is. I mean, if you have an email list already and you send out emails, like we're literally sending out emails every single day right now at this point. Mm-hmm. And every single day we're making more and more money, right? But there is something that we're doing that is sort of compounding the success we're having, right? You know, there may be a time, and we're going to talk about this in our Facebook ads course, the truth about Facebook ads. There may be a time where you're trying to figure out your offer, your irresistible offer, and during that time, you know, you may want to be building your email list. You may have something like we do to give away for free that people are just dying to get, right? We're getting 600 emails from Facebook ads per day.
Wow, that's what it's up to. I haven't even looked at that
it's
recently.
between 500 and 600 depending on the day. Everything it's not always the exact same. But I mean, there's been 630, I think 638 was the highest I saw. And don't quote me on that. But what's happening with that is that even though we're not getting the money right away, over time we're making money using this strategy.
Well, I think that was like one of the biggest things that we talked about. It was like one of the biggest hurdles we had was, you know, we were spending $3,000, I think $3,000 a day, and when you don't see that revenue coming back to you in that same day or even a few days, it can get very like nerve-wracking or stressful. You know, especially for us, we have a studio to run, we have agencies, we have families. You know, it's very difficult to like, you know, like I said earlier, have that confidence and trust that that money is going to come back. I mean, we did run some tests where it didn't necessarily come back in a timely manner, and we kind of because remember when we did that, we did a Facebook ad, and we were collecting even twice as many emails at the time.
Working from home.
Yeah, working from home. Anyway, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, well, there were times we were getting twice as many emails, but we didn't stick through. So why don't we explain to them what we're actually talking about? So there are two most prominent ways to run Facebook ads. You can run ads that sell a product on the front end. So you run the ad and you get people to buy your product on the front end. So you're selling a widget, they click your ad, they go to your widget page, and then they buy the widget. There's another way that's a little bit less obvious, and that is getting people on your email list and then putting them through an automation or a flow that gets them to buy over time, right? Now, anybody who has been running Facebook ads or any type of paid ads know that the secret to running ads is, you know, spending X, but making sure your return is equal to or better than the cost you're spending to acquire a customer, right? So if you're spending $100 a day, if you can make $101 back from your $100, you'll be profitable, right?
Right.
Okay. So now you're distracted because your wife is going up and down the stairs.
Hold on, guys, I'm recording a podcast. Just give me a few minutes.
So the trick is always to spend less than you make, right? Now, when you run people through an email sequence, right? So you give them something for free on Facebook, they download this thing, and then they go through your email list. There is a time period where, you know, there's not going to be any money coming in, right? And so you may be spending $100 a day, but you're not getting that $100 back for a few days, maybe a week. It's tough.
Maybe even longer. I mean,
I've seen
windows of like sometimes months of people that, 'cause I can look back, and when I use Klaviyo, I can look back and I can see people who purchased, and because I'm neurotic about it sometimes, I'll look at that person's history and I can see they signed up for our email list 2 months ago.
Right. So, and it's hard to do that. It's hard to stick that through. And when our ads would kind of die a little bit, you would be like, well, why don't we send people through the email list? And I'm like, oh, but how are we gonna afford that? You know? What's happened though is one thing that we've been doing through this whole COVID thing is I have been There's no other way to say it. Like, this is all I've really been focusing on.
Right.
You've been dealing with our agency, and I've been working on this. And you finally convinced me to do this strategy. And what we're finding is, and this is interesting, Kev, because we haven't really talked about this, but you and I haven't. What we're finding is when we run ads simultaneously, so we run ads that are trying to get people to buy right away, and then doing what you suggested, which is get them on the email list and send them through a sequence, we're finding that over a week or 2 or 3, as we get those people buying through that flow, we're finding that we're becoming much, much more profitable.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
We're
like the
making much
whole
more money.
thing is working. Like we spoke about last week, the whole thing is working together and as like a machine. And there's one thing that this is what I was trying to get to before, is the fact that we are collecting a lot of emails, and this is part of how, smart Facebook is, and how putting your ads in front of the right people is important, because we were getting twice as many emails per day when we were running ads that were the objective of the ad were to just bring in email addresses. Basically, our conversion was set to, the landing page conversion, however we had it set up. So every time somebody would sign up, that was a conversion, and that was a success according to Facebook. So we ran an ad to that objective and got, I don't know,
Twice
Jason,
as many.
3 times as many almost.
It was crazy.
And the people that we were bringing in were not those online buyers that
Right,
you
so
get when you run the purchase conversion.
Right.
ad.
So what you're saying is that our results weren't as good with those people. They were better with people that we set the objective to purchase conversion, even though we were just trying to get their email.
Which got me really believing that you have to set your ads up to be what your final goal is for that person.
Yeah.
Because Facebook, when you set a purchase conversion in Facebook, it's going to go out and find those online buyers.
Yeah, and if you guys, if some of this is confusing to you guys, we're going to talk all about this when I do this thing. So if you go to ecommerceuncensored.com/truth, sign up. I'm saying that I'm giving 50% off to everyone, but actually I'm giving probably almost 75% off, right? Like,
yeah. Something like that.
Something like
for this
that.
live training. Yeah.
For this live training. And then I'm going to be giving, once the course is done, I'm going to be giving people a recorded copy of the course. I mean, it's going to be similar to the live thing. The live thing is you're going to be able to ask questions, and I'm going to help you specifically with your problems. So in my opinion, the live thing is worth more, but some people like to have the course. It's nice and polished. You'll get both. But anyway, one thing that, it's funny because Facebook on one hand can confuse you with all the options that they give you, when in reality, like, keeping it simple is the way to do it, right? Like, they give you all these things that make you like, I should do this, I got to do that. And really at the end of the day, you got to keep it simple. You also have to understand what to expect. I think one of our biggest problems when we first started running Facebook ads is like, we didn't know what was supposed to happen. We would hear all these people online talking about, oh, yeah, I'm making 20x on my money. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I believe that. At the end of the day, though, you can be profitable with a smaller return on ad spend. But unless you know that beforehand, you can drive yourself crazy. So what we've been doing that's been working like crazy, and I'm going to outline all this, is we have been, okay, so it's like a 3-tiered thing, right? We have emails that we send weekly. Those are just campaigns, okay? We send those emails out. We see which ones make the most money, right? So we send those emails out. Klaviyo tells us, okay, this one made $3,000, this one made $5,000, this one made $8,000, whatever. And then what we do is we take those highest converting emails and then we move those into a flow for the Facebook people, for the people that we're spending money on. So now we have our best converting emails in a flow that we send to people who sign up. So now we're making money on the front end with Facebook. It's covering our cost. Actually, we're making money. And this is the other thing, Kevin. We are profitable on the front end with the email capture ad being our top spending campaign.
Right, so you're saying that the
ROAS,
the ad is the ROAS, even though Facebook is basically taking credit for a sale after the lead is captured, right?
I'm saying that our ROAS is lower on a day-to-day basis because we are spending money on an ad that's not designed to make people buy right away. So if we turn that off, in the short term, our return will be much higher, but in the long term, it will be lower.
Yeah, because when you look at it, I looked at it this morning, and the ROAS is low on when you look at it on Facebook for that the email capture campaign. But when you go over to Klaviyo and you look at the numbers for the people who have signed up, they're just I think the ROAS is like 3 or 4x, right?
Right, if not more. Yeah, so it's and I was talking to Jared about this yesterday, actually on the phone. He's like, I cannot believe how much money we're making from email. He's like, you guys used to talk about it on the podcast, and I'd be like, yeah, that's great. He's like, it's just mind-boggling with how well. Now, I said to him, I was like, Jared, the thing is like all these platforms are working together, right? Facebook and email and the flows and the campaigns, they're all kind of intertwined, because he's like, oh, email's doing so great. I'm like, yeah, email is doing great, but it all starts on Facebook, right? Like everybody on our email list came from Facebook.
Right.
So at some point or another, the credit that Klaviyo is taking for the sales originated on Facebook.
Yeah. So and back to your point about the whole campaign thing, and then dropping the emails into the flow is that we can go into our flow. Right now we have a 10 email flow that sends, I don't know if it's every other day or every day.
It's every day.
But every time we send an email out, a campaign to the entire list that has good, that performs well, we just take it, copy the same email, and just drop it into the bottom portion of the flow. So it's like a new email that the person's going to get. And in our flow, every single email makes money.
Right. Usually you'll see like the first couple make money, and then the rest of them die off in a flow or an automation. We're seeing that every single one of them are making money using this strategy. And again, Kev, I was sitting in bed the other day, and I recorded that video that I showed you, and I'm sitting in bed and I'm seeing all these people losing their money and losing their businesses, and like our business is flourishing and it's doing better than ever. And like, I on one hand, I'm like, I don't want to keep pushing this course. But like on the other hand, I'm like, people have to have this information. They have to. So I'm like caught between a rock and a hard place, because like I truly believe that this is going to change people's lives. I do. And the truth is, man, like the money we're making with our business, we don't need the revenue from this Facebook course.
You feel, because the way you were talking about me the other day, you just feel almost like socially obligated to get this information.
I do. Like, I feel like people have to have it. And I feel like if I gave it away to everybody for free, because I know there are people that are listening to this, why don't you do it for free? If I give you something for free, you won't do it. Mm-hmm. If you pay, you will do it. And I don't, again, I probably will make more money concentrating on our business that's killing it right now than I will from this course, but I have to get it out. You have to go to ecommerceuncensored.com/truth. You have to. If you are struggling, this is going to fix. Okay, I can't promise anything because I don't know how hard people are going to work, obviously. But if you follow this and you put the work in, this will change everything. It changed our lives, Kevin, almost overnight when we figured all this out. And then we're doing it for all
and what better time than now to do this, really?
Yeah. So that's it, guys. I mean, look, we're trying to share like the things that are working for us, and we hope that in the end it's value to you guys. This is the stuff that's working for us. I mean, we tell you verbatim what we do. Some things work, some things don't. This is something that actually turned out to be a really, really profitable prospect for us, I guess.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I'm glad to be able to share this stuff with you guys. I think it, for a while, recording this podcast, we were using our client work, and we were able to share a lot of valuable information of things we were doing for other people. And I think just having this new brand that we are actually building for ourselves has kind of opened up a whole new perspective for us and of things that we can share. Because I remember we used to talk about this all the time. We're like, the one thing we're missing with the information we're sending out to people is we don't have our own e-commerce brand or something like that.
Jared told me yesterday. He's like, you guys hooked me on the camping thing. He's like, and then you stopped. I'm like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we had an opportunity. The timing of it was a bit perfect for us, to be honest with you, Jason. It's like things calmed down at the office. We had some opportunity. We got some good people in to help us carry the load with the client stuff. So we had the opportunity to build this brand. I think when we tried those other brands, which I was really into, the card didn't fall correctly, and sometimes things just have to fall right, and I think they did in a certain situation. And to my point, I just love seeing this stuff firsthand and being able to share it with you guys. And I think it just helps us give you guys more value.
Absolutely. And I think anybody can talk about what they do for their clients,
And clients sometimes, we're held back by our clients sometimes, to be completely honest with you. We can't really always do everything that we want to do because, they're basically paying the bills and paying us. So we got to do what they say. So sometimes it's a little difficult to really dive into it.
Right. Now, guys, as we said, Klaviyo has been a huge part of this. And look, the truth is with Klaviyo, most people are coming from MailChimp, and Klaviyo is a different animal. I mean, it's a lot of logic, and I think getting a free demo from Klaviyo is going to help a lot of people. You have to go to klaviyo.com/uncensored and sign up for that demo. Also, you could sign up for free. I'm sure they're going to give you a free account when you go through that demo.
Yeah, that's klaviyo.com/uncensored. And I'm just gonna look and make sure. I haven't actually gone to the new landing page. Yeah, and they also check out they're doing a lot of COVID stuff too. Jake Cohen over there at Klaviyo is doing a daily live broadcast of all the information that they're gathering from these surveys of everything that e-commerce brands are going through during this tough time. So there's a lot of value there. So check that out.
All right, now if you need money that you can pay back without interest over 60 days, you got to check out Brex, BREX.com.
Yeah, you got a 60-day window to pay it back from every time. It's not like an introductory 60-day interest-free. It's 60 days from every time you use their credit card. You get interest, like no interest on that amount. And if you go to BREX.com and sign up with promo code uncensored, you'll get a $250 bonus applied to your account after you spend $1,000.
Right. All right, Kev.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been episode 164. As always, you can check us out at ecommerceuncensored.com, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Later.